Welcome back to Cigars and Consequences, episode 13. We still smoking on this Camacho because we're about to get right back to it. Consequence, still the same consequence of the other one. Let's get back to it though. Me and Annie, we go inside of the student union. But me and Annie go inside the student union. She look at me and she blink. And once Annie go around there to go to Chick-fil-A, and I stay right there to get something from the main hotline that they got, or the hot bar. Man, the damn cafeteria worker, she so damn cool. She was like, boy, who that was hitting you off in that car last night? Who was that doming you off? I ain't want to say nothing because I know your lady, if that wasn't her, I ain't want to, throw you up under the bus. I'm like, bruh, nah, that wasn't her. That was somebody else up in that thing. You understand me? Eating that thing up, you hear me? Look, eaters doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? She like, boy, you crazy. When that happened, me and that cafeteria worker, when she would see me, I would see her. And plus, I was already going there for a while. Me and her, we sitting right there just laughing and joking. So when I see her up in there or whatever, she'll just be on some wall, laughing, just always laughing when we were going there. So me and Annie, we link up, eat our food up in there. And as we eating our food up in there, like I said, people are always checking, people are always looking, people are always trying to see what's going on. But still, once again, when this happened, I was more like, I had got on during October of 2006. This going into January, February, March of 2007. This really make me think that, hey man, when you don't have platonic relationships with people, or when you just have a surface level relationship with people, I'm not even gonna say, man, niggas ain't shit, females ain't shit. I'm not even gonna say all that. We're not even gonna do the typical or conventional way of what people be saying when it come to female and male relationships now in 2026 and beyond. We're not gonna say that females are submissive. We're not gonna say men are red pill, blue pill. We're not gonna do any of that. We just gonna get to the heart of the matter. And when you 19, 20 years old, of course, you're not gonna think of something as being a responsible choice, or think about dealing with somebody on a platonic level, or getting to know somebody and making sure that that person is the right person for you. Like that's far out the window when you hustling, or when you get into it, or when you doing big things like that. But keep in mind that I told you, Annie had told me at one time that we was dealing with each other. She said, well, at the latter part of our relationship, Annie said, you too shallow. And fast forward almost 20 years later, she basically was letting me know that you're not versed enough, you don't study, you're not platonic enough, you're not a compassionate individual, you're not patient, you're not living with authentic power. You're just this individual that want to do things on the surface level. You're impulsive, you go off of your desires, and when you do things like that, you get negative energy back from the universe. But that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna get into that. She was telling me all of that before I was even able to conceive or take in or understand or really even fathom what she was actually trying to convey to me at that time. But now I understand it. And it was really light years ahead of me. That's why I said, man, when you get to dealing with people that are light years ahead of you on a mental level, they can really put you on stuff. Puff on that. Think about that. Let that sink in for a moment. And it was more like a guide or a teacher or an angel in the physical form that was coming to save me during that particular time. But I just wasn't ready for it. And they started conversing with a damn white boy. I'm gonna tell y'all how Annie started conversing with the damn white boy. When she did that, my girl broke my heart, dog. She crushed my motherfucking soul. Annie. I did all this for Annie. That's why, hey man, they say money don't buy happiness. So Annie done ran it up on me, bro. I done spent over 6 figures on Annie. I'm thinking she good. I paid for Annie a ticket to go see her friend that's in Oklahoma. While Annie go see her friend up in Oklahoma. And I'm gonna tell you how I got all of this information and how it came all back to me. Annie flies out to Oklahoma during the time while Annie flew out to Oklahoma, while I done flew her out to Oklahoma. Annie meets this guy, a white guy with red hair. I'm gonna tell you how I knew his description later on. They was talking about whether it was a book or a movie. I didn't even know what the hell Red October was. But in the messages, they was talking about Red October. You know how you get this inkling or this intuitive feeling when somebody is starting to pull away from you? And it comes back off of the trip from Oklahoma. And when she come back from the trip from Oklahoma, her vibe she started to handle me in a different way. She's starting to act weird. She's pulling back from me. And you already know what they do when they start to pull back from you. I need space. Give me time to think about it. Man, I don't have it with me. I do not have it with me. But there's a book that I'm reading right now, which is called A Seat of the Soul. A lot of greats have read it. A lot of great sages. To each his own is my point of view. I think Maya Angelou is a great sage. I believe that Oprah Winfrey is a great sage. I think Sean Carter is a great sage. There was a lot of great people that read this book that referred it to me. But in The Seat of the Soul, it talks about when you don't have when you deal with things on a horizontal level opposed to dealing with on a vertical level, and then you get back from the universe, what you put out and you have bad intentions, then all this stuff, it'll come back to you. And the universe is going to actually deal with you in the manner that it's going to deal with you on the level that you're on. So if you choose not to level up and do what you need to do, universe is not going to be biased against you. If you're into making money fast, you're into deceiving people, you're into lying, you're into stealing, you're into a lifestyle that you know that you don't really want to be a part of, the universe is not going to beg you like an individual beg you and continue to try to have you to get your stuff together. It's going to continue to give you what it is that you're putting out in the universe. So if you're putting BS out in the universe and you're putting out strife, you're putting out withdrawal, you're putting out anger, you're putting out resentment, you're putting out manipulation, that's what you're going to get back from the universe. You're going to deal with people like that. However, if you're putting out good, you're being a loving individual, you're being compassionate, you're understanding people, then that's the type of energy that you're going to get back. But we're not here for that right now, right? So Annie's starting to pull back, and as she's starting to pull back, now once again, when we get to dealing with people, we become addicted to them. Once we become addicted to people, then we lean on that person for our emotional recuperation, if that makes sense, or to give us this emotional high that we need. So I'm unconsciously dealing with Annie on that level, and when she pulled back, I was elated to be around. I thought she was a magical person. I thought she was just this perfect individual. I couldn't see myself without my baby. I had to get good morning texts for her. She had to call me and do this stuff, do all this type of stuff. So when she did that, I'm going through the hurt phase. I'm going through the hurt phase right now. While I'm going through the hurt phase, that's cool. Me and Annie right now, we taking a break from each other. And my young 20-year-old some mind, like, that's insane. I gave you every damn thing that you wanted, and then you do this to me. So while me and Annie's taking a break from each other, I can't even really go and rock out with none of her sorority sisters, go rock out with the basketball girls, or go rock out with the track players or the softball girls or whoever, because, man, whenever you going through it, I don't give a damn if the finest female trying to give you some ass during that particular time. You out of it. You out of it. Take it from somebody that has dealt with this many times. But still, once again, like in the Seat of the Soul, it tells you that if you do not fully face what it is that you're going through and learn to overcome that, you're going to deal with that not 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 50 times. You may even deal with it on up until you die, and it will actually spill over into the next lifetime, the afterlife. But I'm gonna leave that alone. That's something that I need to work on tremendously. That's something that we all need to work on tremendously. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit that we all have. We all can become codependent to people and know that that's just not the right individual for us. But hey, I digress. While I'm going through it with Annie calls me over one night. And once again, I'm still in love with Annie, still want to make things work with her. I go over to Annie's house one night. She falls asleep. I'm asleep. The phone pinged. When the phone pinged, during this particular time, you didn't have security, like how phones are just technologically advanced and savvy right now. Phones weren't like that. Phones weren't like that during that particular time. Any phone just open. And as it pinged, I see Red October pop up. I'm like, you mother. As I'm reading and checking out what Annie and Red October is talking about, you won't believe that they actually saying to each other and how I felt after I got through reading all that, man. Stay tuned for the next episode of Cigars and Consequences. Click the link in the description below. Get inside the school community. Get your credit repaired. You already know we're the credit heroes over here. We're going to get those late payments up there. We're going to get them collections off, them charge-offs off. We're going to make it happen for you. And we're going to show you how to get that 700, 800, how to leverage your credit, how to go out there and get all it is that your heart so much desire. But click the link in the description below. We have these conversations right now because hindsight is 2020. I would never glorify this lifestyle. I would never push this lifestyle and tell somebody this is something that you should do. Y'all can live vicariously through me if that's what you want to do. Take the message that I'm telling you is only for entertaining purposes only, and stay tuned for the next episode, man. Let's go.